Boom. Chill. Peace, love, and light, y'all. This is your brother, Blue Pill, report live and direct to you. This is Know the Ledge Media, Know the Ledge TV for that matter. And you are now rocking with the best. Yes, indeed. This is not a takeover of Third Eye Thursdays. I'm finna bring the homie in. You know, I'm just visiting y'all. All right. So peace, love, and light. Give me a second while I set this thing up. Make sure the audio was right. I know the visuals is popping. Cheer. So let me know. Let me know in the chat. Is the audio good? Get a thumbs up. Close these curtains. Eavesdrop on my cloth. What's good with the audio? Let me get a thumbs up. Or drop me a one in the chat. My bad. Yeah, thumbs up. There we go. All right. All right. Let me see. I'm waiting on my co-host to show up. You feel me? He should be here any minute. We're gonna get a family a moment to settle in the room, get your thing together. Peace, love, and light. Thank you for taking a moment out of your Thursday evening to rock out with us. Rock out with the BS. Audio is great. Thank you. Shout out to the Compass Circle. Never forgetting the contribution that was made to this platform, so I can have this amazing podcasting system. You know what I'm saying? It's this one concoction. It got the light, the camera, and the microphone all built into everything. You know what I'm saying? And I have been able to have some amazing broadcasts as a result of that. Shout out to the family that was in the audience this past Tuesday for the 4th episode of Tough Talk Tuesday. Shout out to my co-host, my guest, who's probably my co-host at this point. For the Tough Talk, my brother Ken Brisbane. You know what I'm saying? Show that brother some love on the YouTube and the other social medias that he can be found on. You know what I'm saying? His Cash App, go to the site, make a purchase, appreciation. You know what I'm saying? This is about appreciating those who put on for us. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let me see where this brother's at. oh, really? All right. Yeah. Let me call this man, see where he's at. Let him know that we in the building. Yes, thank you. The video quality is great. Audio quality is together. You know what I'm saying? And with this technology, with this Zoom, as you can see, from last Tuesday, we can do real-time lectures. You know what I'm saying? On these programs. Huh? Nah, we on it. Huh? Yeah, you gotta refresh your device or something like that. Okay. All right. It should be ready now. All right. Yeah. So that brother's about to come in the room momentarily. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna get tonight's discussion underway. You dig what I'm saying? So without further ado, I want to bring in my co-host, my brother, your brother Red Pill. All right. Peace, love, and light. You got a video camera?
Yes, I do.
You might want to turn that shit on. Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that, young Aztec. You know what I'm saying? At some point, um, hopefully we could speak on that at some point. You know what I'm saying? Get down to the specifics, you know. But I'm definitely sorry to hear that. Yeah, brother Red.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure this out. Where there's not an option for a video for some reason.
It doesn't show you no icons where you could turn your
There's a
video
microphone icon, but there's no video icon. So there's an option to leave the meeting. I might do that and come back.
I don't know if you might. I mean, is your computer like? I'm not taking shots at your computer. I'm just saying it probably depends on what program is running. Like with OS, I ain't in your business. I'm just saying.
I don't even know the name of this one. Let me look and see.
Y'all gotta forgive him. Just know that he got some cloth on tonight. But if you're not able to look at him, you know, you're gonna have to bypass that. Still rock out.
I'm running Mojave.
This nigga's tethered to me anyway, so yeah, I don't want to see Ragdoll
Red, the
version of
tethered
me.
one.
Yeah. The Ragnarok version of me. That's Red. I don't know if y'all even want to see that tonight. But you can do that if you choose to. You want to log out and log back in?
Yeah, I'm gonna try that option.
All right. You could do that. In the meantime, in between time, once again, family, peace, love, and light. All right. Let's get them thumbs up. Get them thumbs up in the building so we can let the family know that we are here in the place to be, doing what it do. Yeah, man, there's a lot going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to get the opportunity to come on a platform and touch the people with Red. It's been a minute since we've done something collectively together on YouTube. You know, we be doing stuff together on the IG. You feel me? So just wanted to mix and match it up for the family, compare some notes, see where we at. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still flying high off of Tuesday's program. I really suggest if the family has not checked out that last Tough Talk Tuesday that you do. It was a very inspirational, motivational, informational packed show. You know what I mean? I woke up the next day totally inspired. You know what I'm saying? I went out and took a business risk and I feel all the better for it. You know what I'm saying? I've benefited from it already. And, you know, just getting past the risk factor and trusting myself, you know, that's the biggest part. That's the biggest confidence booster. You know what I mean? So I really suggest that if you have not yet checked it out, that you get an opportunity and go in there and check that
That
last
episode was
podcast out. You feel me?
that episode was a classic. Certified.
Certified from the
Yeah,
dog.
certified. You know what I mean? I just was listening to it about 30 minutes before I got on tonight. Yeah, I was going in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. It was very much in line with where I would like to see myself in a dialogue. You know what I'm saying? See myself, you know, if I could make people's quality of life that much more better, you know what I mean? That's what I want to utilize my time and my talents doing, as opposed to just, reporting news and kind of like going down the same road that everybody else goes down. No disrespect to them. Everything is necessary. I be watching ratchet shit on YouTube.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Facts.
Yeah. Shout out. Yeah, he said that Soul Gold working. Shout out to that Soul Gold. SOLEGOLDBIZ.com. This is not a shameless plug. I'm just saying, you know, we really have to be into the things that actually work, because there's a lot of BS out here. A lot of people clogging up your timeline with bullshit that's not proven. My shit been in the market for a minute and it got people flying, literally. So
Hmm.
yeah, um, what's good, bro? I've been talking a lot, but this is Third Eye Thursday. This is, Red Pill featuring Blue Pill. So
I'm live on the gram right now, so I'm gonna just we're gonna have a double a simulcast, and then KT is on Black Magic 363 with Father Rich, aka Papiana. You know what I mean? Going in and talking about some what are they talking about?
I can't see the title. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Vaccine agenda. Yeah, that's funny as fuck. You know what I mean? I wanted to make an announcement that I actually was going to be broadcasting tomorrow um, on Know the Ledge. And I'm going to be, well, my aim is to broadcast tomorrow. And I was inviting our brother Riza Islam on the program,
Okay.
get into the vaccines, because he's actually somebody who has come down here to the CDC and, you know,
Protesting.
yeah, he's protested. He presses the front line on the vaccination issue. He has many years under his belt. You know what I'm saying? He's been on the national stage with the Kennedys and all of them pressing the line. You know what I mean? So I wanted to get somebody who has an expert analysis on this issue. Shout out to my brother Wesley Muhammad. I learned a plethora of information listening to his live the other day when he was going into the cancer crisis of Black America and all of the health indicators that we are number one in. He was going through the HIV. He was going through so many categories. And again, not to be the bearer of bad news, you know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
The Grim
But
Reaper.
the Grim Reaper, you feel me? But information is of a necessity. You know what I mean? It's necessary to get this info in real time. And these are the conversations that are not being had. Like Mama Pill was saying, it was 2 days ago, because we was listening to Gary Null, you know what I'm saying? And she was asking me, she was like, who's continuing the conversation in the community about vaccines? Who's continuing the conversation in the community about 5G? I was like, well,
Yeah.
mama, I was like, we've been having conversations about 5G. You know what I'm saying? I haven't brought that full-fledged, all-out conversation to this platform, but I've been having it on Instagram. KT and Rich had it on Black Magic. You know what I'm saying? And I assured her that there are brothers such as Rizza Islam having a conversation about vaccines, and other members of the Nation of Islam. And then later on that day, she was in attendance with me when we were listening to Wesley go in. You feel me?
Yeah.
And you can check out his YouTube. He has the full diatribe, on the YouTube. All his shit is fact based. He got receipts like a month. So, I mean, these are real issues, because people love talking about distractions and they love talking about, yo, all the YouTubers talk about is distractions and they following into the X, Y, and Z.
Hmm.
And while some of that might be true, you know, the question that I always ask is, I distracted from what? You know what I mean? Now let's go down a rabbit hole. Let's see what the distractions are actually, what's going on out there that people might be distracted from. Well, mandatory vaccines for adults and children, yeah, that's one hell of a distraction. If
Yeah.
that keyed into that conversation, because that affects everybody, you know what I'm saying? And that's your babies, that's the future. They are disrespecting the clauses and the exemptions. You feel me? That's major. Um, Genetically modified motherfucking mosquitoes in Africa. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's a major, these are news items that need to be spoken of because, they speak to nefarious far reaching agendas, you know what I'm saying, by players, you know, who I heard somebody else saying this the other day. It might have been Tariq Nasheed about the threat of left wing philanthropists that come with smiles is more dangerous than KKK alt writers that come with frowns.
Yeah, that's facts.
You dig what I'm saying?
That's facts. You know what I mean? Like the wolf in a sheep's clothing, the cloak and dagger of the Democrat Party, and those, those happy liberals, those hippie liberals who marched with King. Everybody marched with King. You feel me? Everybody was taking selfies at that march all of a sudden, and
Facts.
it's to this day we see what's going on. Like, it's a theater taking place right now, and all of them are on stage, buck dancing and
Yeah.
and
And
shuffling at the same. It's
you know, I had said on IG, I put a post up and I said, I'm not gonna make this post about, I told you so, but I have to say that I told you so. You know what I'm saying? And it was dealing with the Trump no collusion verdict that came down from Mueller. You know what I'm saying? I was on this platform. I've been on every platform telling people, look, find yourself something else to do if you want to talk about distractions. I'm like, well, goddamn it, you know, that indictment is not going to come down in the favor of what you think it is. It's just a waste of time. That's theater, continuous theater. I was reading the numbers, right? I know the
yeah.
play. I know the long play, bro. This is a twinning of 44 energy. You dig what I'm saying? He's not going nowhere. How you going to deal with it though? Are you going to step back, get out of your feelings, divorce yourself from the politics per se, and look at the economic imperative that might be laid out in front of you? Because he's also laying some things out that are making maneuvering a little bit easier if you have a plan. If you don't, then you're going to be agitated by everything that these people do. And I see a lot of people getting caught up in that agitation. And you finding your Democratic candidate, that's not the answer at the end of the day, right? The answer at the end of the day is, what is your plan? What's your contingency plan, right? You have a protracted, scripted plan for what you're gonna do with your A dose check if you get it, and that's real talk. That's not taking shots. I'm just saying, like, the reason that grace and favor don't visit a lot of people is you don't prepare a home for it. You know what I'm saying? You don't prepare a home for it. You know what I mean? It's almost like, you getting the baby. What's the shit that the baby sleep in?
The baby, the crib.
Yeah, you getting the crib together and ready, you painting the room and all of that, and she only 7.5 months. You feel me? You have to create that space and that place. You have to set it up. You have to create the container for which the volume will be contained in. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed, that's the power of imagination. That's the power of the creatives. The creatives or the creators would be writers, screenwriters, poets, rappers, theater, people who utilize the pen to create realities. You know what I mean? Those would be the people that would now usher in. They will write the future into existence. They will begin to take these experiences that we've been having, compile them into a story or a mythos where, you know, it has a complete it has the story arc that we see all stories, all great stories and all great mythos written in.
Right. So, you know, these are things that for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying, I feel that there's a necessity at some point just to spend a little bit of time and pay a little bit of attention to these factors, you know, to these things that will be affecting people um, all across the board. You know what I mean? They have a lot of uh, long-term effects. You know what I mean?
This is my thing. This
Mm-hmm.
is my thing, Blue. All right. This is the Jubilee year.
Allegedly.
So the Jubilee year denotes the ending of something, correct? It's the bookmarking and the book ending of a particular age, or what they're calling an epoch, right? This is an agreed upon time block. 1619, 2019. If the family don't know what I'm talking about, I'm referring to the 400-year jubilee that we are all participating in and standing in and present in.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, right?
Yeah.
But that's where we at right now, in the now. So when they talking about the now, well, shit, this is the now. We're in 2019 at the bookmark ending of what they called a curse on who they said were the Black people, and they also mentioned slaves in that. Correct?
Something like that.
Well, it's almost like when you hear the whole 400-year thing, the slave connotation is added into that, interwoven. So what does 2020 represent? Or what does the next cycle represent? Or what does the next chapter represent? If this is the book ending of something, who and where is the conversation being had about how do we prepare for tomorrow that is being promised to us?
Right. And that's what I'm talking about, preparing a space and a place.
That's right.
You feel me? Like,
Exactly.
what does that table setting look like? You dig what I'm saying? What is that table setting? What does the changing of the sheets look like, my nigga? You feel me? Who's doing that laundry? Is it fresh linens? You got fresh linens coming? Like,
My thing is, like,
planting new seeds in the garden, my nigga? Like, what is
if
it
this
supposed
is
to
a
look
Jubilee year, where's the celebration? If
like?
this is a Jubilee year, where's the Jubilee? How are we spending our year? We starting off, and we could begin to we could pinpoint where we've been distracted, or we could pinpoint the collective distraction, the shit that put everybody in whatever, box, or whatever frequency, or whatever it took them on, whatever path they're on, right? So if this is the Jubilee year and we're now in spring, where we're springing forward, the conversation should turn into how where are we where are we springing forward into, and how are we preparing to basically, because we got to walk it out, meaning we have to if this is the ending of something, why aren't we treating it as such? Why aren't we prepared? Why are we asking for somebody to do anything for us and not basically saying, well, God damn it, thank y'all for,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, it's the ending of this. So at the ending of any saga, or at the ending of any age, or at the ending of any epoch, of course, you get you cash in here. Now here's my receipt. Give me these reparations. So that's where that conversation grows its wing. Give me, it's like, here's the bill.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And Jack Nicholson told niggas and departed right in the beginning.
Yes.
He said, in this country, they're gonna give you shit. You got to take it,
Gotta take it.
right?
They,
So my whole thing is like, if you feel that you owed something, what are you willing to do for it other than ask? It don't mean that you're not gonna get it, but at least let them see your fangs because that's gonna bring them to the negotiation table quicker.
way quicker.
Those
Way
people that
quicker.
they made amends to, there was reasons that they had to make amends with them, or should I say that there was, there was reasons for them to bargain those particular amends, right? I.e., we talking indigenous people who were given land. Well, they had the resources. They wanted to get them niggas up out of the way, and they pretty much had them already defeated. You know what I'm saying? And they took
So
their
they
birthright and their land.
So yeah, they moved them off of mineral rich land. They moved them off of resource rich land and they moved Michael Danson and his family from Little House of a Prairie, go to Kansas, and then they gave them that area and let the Indians live there and make reservations.
Facts.
So
That's how they played that. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
that's how they rock that.
You know, that was a banker play. So you're looking and saying, well, U.S. is aiding them. No, Jewish bankers are aiding the Jewish cohorts in Israel.
That's right.
So that qualifies the evangelical angle that they're going through with prophecy, and it also qualifies the whole aspect that the bankers already run this country and they run the treasury. So cutting a check to their operations, right, or their satellite in Israel, you don't get to play. You're like totally missing the whole fucking narrative. This shit is sad, man. And
Nah,
it's
nothing
a
is
lot of
sad.
bright people.
Everything is, huh?
It's a lot of bright people. You know what I'm saying? That are like grouped in, right, on some fishbowl shit, and nobody's talking to one another, right? No one is getting the game down packed. You dig what I'm saying? To get their sports up. The only time people really do the research on one another is just to weaponize information and come for niggas next. But to like strategize and say, oh, this person would be good for this. Let me get the Morse to write legislation up on this or paperwork on that, right? Let me get the people that are historians. Let me get the niggas that know about the Hablog groups to do the DNA so we could tie in the DNA conversation all together so that when they be like, yo, this ain't you, you'd be like, oh, but here, you know, I have signatures backed up with DNA saying that these are their genetic, you know what I'm saying? The ancestors come from this region of the
That's right.
planet, which your shipping records say that you took X, Y, and Z amount of people from. Like, you can get game time on them. Yo, I got the records of, you know what I'm saying? I'm putting liens on these corporations that have benefited, right? I'm leaning
Everybody else
everybody
doing
to,
it.
yeah, to their neck. So in order to pull any of that back, we got to come to the table and make negotiations.
Facts.
You dig what I'm saying? They putting boots on your whip. Niggas is crying like, yo, I can't do nothing. I can't even travel out of the country because I got my shit is linked up. Like, it's so many ways, you feel me, to asymmetrically attack this shit. I don't really see the coordination factor at all. You know what I mean? I don't even hear the conversation that's being had on another level where you're like, ooh, that's gonna hurt. I can't wait for that shoe to drop. The
Mm-hmm.
shit that I'm hearing, I'm like, really? Nigga, really? Like, this whole era of the new niggas that want to start everything over again and not reach back. Ain't this shit supposed to be like Sankofa? Don't you niggas supposed to be reaching back to go forward? The work has already been done. You know what I'm saying? The elders have done a lot of documentation. That shit just needs to be updated and upgraded and put into motherfucking Keynote. Take the staples out of the paper. You feel me?
Just need to be digitized. It just
So
need an upgrade. It needs some niggas need to put a date. They need to put a plate on it and put a date on it. Put some look. Hello. Hello. Wait. Hold on. Hello. Who's calling? Yao Ming? Chinese money. Okay. You know, gotta get you. We gotta get that global dollar, man.
Like, we not even talking about the elephant in the room, the gorilla in the room. So niggas do get jubileed, right? Take their rightful position as global players. How you gonna deal with China? How you gonna deal with Russia? Do you have a plan? Do you have a program? Do you know what they out here jugging for? Do you have any bargaining chips? You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna sit at the table for you? Who's your spokesman? Or you think that we all just gonna go at this shit individually, scattered, and get anything out of that, right? They still flying chicks out to Dubai to bukkake on them for a check,
Barty gang.
right? What you think they're gonna do to some of these woke niggas, the black excellent? Them niggas give necks in ballrooms to white men. What you think they're gonna do if China showed a nigga $1 billion check? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even know where the people's whole disposition sit. You know what I'm saying? You just like the shit that you hear in 1 minute clips on Instagram, and you think that these niggas is deep, right? And they was pushing dope last week. So, and then, there's like this whole paradigm of lumping everything together where niggas is trying to apply morality to the underworld, right?
Yeah.
Cardi B was a member of the underworld, for
She's a
instance,
member. She's an honorary member of
right?
the
For yeah,
underworld.
for instance, let's just use a situation like that because people have been asking me what I think about it. Let's just use a situation like that because it's fresh as part of the timeline right now. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stop applying morality to places where it does not belong, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, the underworld has principles and precepts that it operates accordingly. You feel me? Allegedly, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, a lot of that shit does not exist anymore. And even when it did, you feel me? There was still ways in which the underworld operated that the people who participated in that understood. If you're a square and you have no dealings in the underworld, then you should not try to understand underworld conversations or be privy to underworld politics. So what she was dealing with at the time, you know what I'm saying? What these brothers is dealing with, you know what I mean? And dabbling in whatever trade that they've been dabbling in. You know what I'm saying? Look, 2 Chainz said on the same song, the nigga said, I sold crack to my mama. Then he said, I ain't never sell my soul. How? How? How, Titty boy? You sold crack to your mama. You ain't even give it to her, first of all. You sold it to her.
Yeah. That ain't selling
So,
your soul.
right, what you're willing to do for the dollar ain't evil. You know what I'm saying? It's a position that you find yourself in and what you're willing to throw out of the window to accumulate those motherfucking greenbacks.
Yo, niggas really be
Oh,
thinking
hold on,
because they
hold
didn't
on,
have that
hold
meeting.
on. Did did you probably just turn around and go and break bread with a Korean in the flea market to get a pair of J's, right? Or better yet, right, with some fucking French person in Phipps to go and get some Gucci. You understand? They don't see the subtleties that are involved in that transaction where there's a motherfucking spirit on you, like, got you, nigga. Got you. You feel me? Christ wouldn't fall for that temptation, cocksucker. So how dare you think that that don't qualify as you selling your soul? So a lot of niggas is already bought and sold for, and they trying to redeem themselves in empty shells with motherfucking inspirational quotes on IG talk about they woke. Nigga, the devil
I
put
say
put
this. I
options
say
on the
this though.
stock.
I say this.
Feel
If
me? This
it's
shit is on the motherfucking ethereal stock market crashing, doing worse than Bitcoin. And niggas got the nerve.
I mean, you know, the woke is the fad. But I would say this in 2019, if you're not woke, you know what I'm saying? If you're not fucking woke, if you don't know what melanin is, you know what I mean? If you don't have conversations with your third eye, then nigga, you're a knuckle dragger for real. Like you're really blocked out of, you know, the conversation because everybody's woke. Everywhere I go, I is in my circles or something. But you know,
Like I said,
that's a new end thing.
I don't know what qualifies. I don't know what woke qualifies as. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's a term. It's a hashtag. So I mean, it's cute and everything. Um, but
Hashtags got life though, man.
hashtags got life. You know,
Hashtags got life.
sitting
Memes
here,
got
yeah,
life.
we talking about a hashtag movement. You know, we talk about memes and you know, a 1 minute clip can ruin somebody's life or it can set shit off for them. You know what I'm saying? 60 seconds. Go on to 60 seconds.
But there's a hashtag movement called whole culture. And there's a hashtag movement called, you know, selling box.
Facts.
You know, and there's a hashtag movement called slut walk and sexual liberal. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So
that's more than just a hashtag movement.
yeah, what I'm saying is that's way more than just a hashtag movement, but it's you know, it's tied into that. And like you said, the world that Cardi B belongs to. Because remember, they'll attack Cardi B, but they don't attack that world. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
They'll attack Cardi B for robbing the dude, but they don't attack dude for participating in prostitution, which happens to be a crime as well.
Right. It's the same way, like I said, they would
He
attack
crossed the
R. Kelly.
threshold.
Hold on. They would talk, here goes the hypocrisy of the shit. They would attack Kels, but they won't attack pimping. Right? What the fuck was Kels doing other than pimping? You just seen the dark side of what goes on behind the wall. You know what I'm saying? Of pimping, where he's
Facts.
breaking a hoe.
Facts. You got the edited version, the lifetime strain version. You know what I mean? They put that bitch in the
Yeah, the
ninja.
family sees what happens on the other side of the door of pimping, as opposed to behind the door when you got to break a hoe. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, he gets the motherfucking the honorary award at a pimp convention. So why not attack pimp culture if all he was doing was pimping? You know what I'm saying? Why not attack hoe culture? I don't see nobody talking about they boycotting city girls or anybody else. You with the shits. You still gonna go out this weekend and sing that motherfucking song. So why even with the fake nigga outrage with the Cardi B shit? Because it's on your timeline. And it's being suggested to you that you're supposed to feel some sort of way about a shorty that says she was jugging niggas who jug.
There's a song called Lick. Hit a lick, right? There's a gang that she belongs to. They hit licks, my nigga. Did you not get the mixtape that explained the rules to this shit? They hit licks. Look, there's a threshold that a quote unquote mark. There's also amongst these women who are out here and look at men as tricks. There's also a thing amongst them where they supposed to get that nigga for everything, including his pants if they can.
Mm-hmm.
The name of the game is to have him go home with nothing. Do I have to sprinkle some salt on you niggas? Like, y'all don't need the game from me. You already, you inherited Donald Goines the same way that I did. You know what I'm talking about?
You can listen to the audio book on YouTube.
You can listen to the audio book on YouTube. That nigga pull your coat. Yeah.
Right. Play the shit while you sleep so it can seep into your unconscious, your subconscious.
Yeah.
But please.
So the thing with the thing in the underworld is this. All right, let's pull back the curtains. The way that the con game works, the way that the mark game works. if somebody has you commit a crime, if they convince you to cross the threshold, right, in illegal activities, you are now walking in the motherfucking underworld. Okay,
right. In the
nigga,
gray zone.
you're in the underworld with red in
Fly
them
by
from us,
different
nigga.
rules.
Yeah,
Right.
nigga. You're an underground railroad. You know what I'm talking about? And if they catch you, it's going down. So once
Like how they call Sam Cooke. Hold on.
like they caught Cook.
Right? So and I'm not laughing because it's funny, but I'm saying Shorty that caught Cook, that would be Cardi B of today.
Super facts. Super
That's
facts.
what that shit looks like, right? She caught the nigga, threw the motherfucking trousers out the window with the bundle in it. You know what I'm saying? He tried to flex, they hit him.
Who?
That's the fucking con. Are you
That's
serious?
I read enough Iceberg Slim, Fillmore Slim. Hey, you know, like this is what they do. You catch them slipping, this is how it goes down. Like, need I say more? But going back to what I was saying, it's a lot of things going down. So if the campaign or the crusades is about canceling and muting Belicazar, right? So she could just be Mamiana and raise culture, then what I'm saying is Mr. Clean, get the mops and the sticks and the broom and just start sweeping them all up, because there's open prostitution that will lead to this will lead to the situation that we see unfolding, where a lot of men, you know what I mean, a lot of people who could have been monetary beneficiaries or investors in Black neighborhoods, these men are getting robbed and killed. My good brother Max B. Bigavelli, he's fighting a case. Allegedly, they said that, yeah, so allegedly, Bigavelli was accused of killing a man after that man got set up by a woman who brought him into
the trap. Right.
Laid the trap. There's about 4 songs on the radio right now where these women are talking about laying traps. There's a video that just came out from I think it's from is it Meg Thee Stallion? Or no, Cash Doll. I did a show where we did a lecture, as a matter of fact, where we talked about we showed a hierarchy of the whole culture and the pyramid, right?
Pyramid.
And we showed you
pyramid structure.
The Barbies. And what the Barbies represent as the dolls.
Right.
And how it evolved into what we see now with all of the proliferation of dolls. But the mentality behind looking at a woman or a rapper, or what your daughter sees or your son sees when they look at these women, these are dolls. Nieces. These are plastic women, because they all got, the majority of them, spawning from Nicki Minaj are, they have sculptured bodies. You know what I mean? These are plastic dolls. And another thing with dolls like Barbie dolls and Raggedy Ann dolls and other kind of sex dolls, you pass those dolls around. So these women, they represent that kind, and you throw dolls away as well. So you got Cash Doll, you got Dream Doll. Dream Doll's been popping up with a lot of people moving around like a plastic doll. Cuban Doll. You wanna name the body count of Sosa? We'd be here all night. But she's been moving around a lot. You got Cash Doll, Asian Doll. Then the queen doll of them all, Queen, Nicki Minaj. But then there's another level of thottery or Tatianas. You have the Cardi B's, you have the Amber Roses, you have the Black Chinas. These are all adult workers. These are all what do they call? What's another politically correct name for the art? I don't want to hurt anyone. Huh? It's another
Oh,
one.
yeah, I could think about them, but
But this group of women who collectively have more followers than the countries of Turkestan, Chipotle
Uzbekistan,
Stan, huh?
Uzbekistan,
Eminem
Pakistan,
Stan, Pakistan,
right? They got a
and
larger population in Dubai.
a larger population in Dubai. I'm talking about a marching army, the minds of millions upon millions upon millions of impressionable subconscious minds and impressionable children, indigos and star seeds. These three, just three of them, Cardi, Black China, and Amber Rose, different from the dolls, different from their predecessors. And the beginners of this is Trina, Kaya, My Neck, My Back, Little Kim, the Godmama, Foxy,
Yeah.
and one more I'm forgetting. But those would be the beginners in this era that we find ourselves in. This is an era that we have to examine because this prototype is beginning to either mutate
Oh, yeah.
or it's going to or it's evolving. I want you to decide. But there's a hierarchy to this shit. These women are porn stars. They look like, walk like, talk like. Oh, then the buffer between that is all the reality show women. I'm talking about the archetype. I'm talking about the prototype. I'm
Right.
talking about, huh?
I said right.
I'm talking about the group think. I'm talking about collectively what each one of them represents as an aspect of, you know, grace, as an aspect of, intelligence, as an aspect of any of the qualities that I see in a plethora of powerful, dynamic, mind-blowing, magical, the real black magic, the real black magical goddesses that I see all over, not just on social media and real media. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And new media, old media, shit, all over. So that's all I'm saying. I haven't seen one collectively, if they form Thoughtron, right? If all of the women from the reality shows came together and formed Thoughtron,
That's
they
right.
couldn't stand up to one conversation with one of these goddesses that's out here. Or
Nah.
just in their accomplishments, just what they're doing, just when the camera comes on them, and when they do the little interview in the room,
Mm-hmm.
and like none of them could even hold up to 5 minutes of a real deep sister. They fell in love with Amara Del Negro and was like, yo, she's deep. And that's no
Wait.
shots.
So
Sis,
you mean to tell me that the Me Too movement didn't come and back up Cardi B and say that that conversation was women empowerment?
I'm not sure about
Cause
that,
they
bro.
they do that for Amber, they do that for all of them. They be like, hold on, this is a woman expressing her femininity, and this is just another shade of her woman empowerment.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't cloak her with that. She didn't get that cover.
Yeah. And for the record, I'm not shaming, I'm not slut shaming y'all. Uh, we giving the facts. You feel me? It's just the straight up facts of the hierarchy that exists. And with the and the messages collectively, just add up all of the messages that all of these crop of rappers and MCs and poets, what's the collective message? Like ultimately, what's the empowering message? Like, balance wise, like what are they saying this so empowering and so, mind blowing and so uplifting that that this shit is like, you know what I mean? Like there's something that we need to be talking about. You know, because on one hand, I'm not mad at what I'm seeing with the Cardi shit. if Bill Cosby is locked up, fam, and that's how they doing it these days, then people have a valid argument when they said that, look, legally, if you really want to go there, like, you know what I'm saying? If enough people come forward, you know, you could suffer the same fate. You know.
Yeah, somebody
It's just,
in the chat said, I like Cardi though. This is not about liking or dis not liking Cardi. Um, I say, our conversation, me and Red's conversation is somewhat different, because he's pro advocate to say, well, she should come under the same level of scrutiny as, say, a Bill Cosby or the other people who they have been put in the spotlight. I say that you shouldn't be trying to attribute morality
that's
to
true.
underworld dealings by a culture. Like, let's say, all right, now if this was dominant society, you feel me, and we were having a different conversation, that's one thing.
That's right.
But not by the hypocrisy of a culture that celebrates criminology on
That's right.
wax.
On wax.
You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying? Not by a culture who's with the shits.
That's right.
Not by a
All day.
culture who gets it, who understands. You feel me? But they play different when the lights is on. You know what I'm saying? When the lights was off, you was popping it and dropping it like it's hot. You know what I'm saying? And doing everything else in the corner that we used to do when the lights was off.
That's right.
Right? Stop trying to be motherfucking puritanical when the lights come on.
If they hear the intro to back that ass up, then they just, oh, see?
Yeah. Like,
But
we know what this is about. So stop allowing the general public to navigate narratives that they might not be, you know what I'm saying? They not privy to that. That's not something that's inclusive of their reality. I'm talking to those of us that, have walked on them dark sides and was part of that world. Like, you don't come at that world sideways with those judgments that they coming at her with. Let her live.
mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, sorry, but not sorry. That's the game. Nice for what? We know what it is.
You know what it is. I mean, it's a tricky thing, man. It's tricky. It's tricky, you know.
Yeah. But
Because people need their balance. You know what I mean? Like, people need to know that this shit is well oiled on both sides. So they need their pariah. And it seems like they're picking her to be one. You know, not to say that that's gonna be the case, but that's what it's, that's what's happening. You know what I mean? Niggas
yeah,
started heat too.
it's slippery. It's a slippery scope. You know what I'm saying? Slippery slope, should I say? And you know, I'm through with the judgment in society. You know what I'm saying? I come from the school that says, "Judge ye not." You feel me?
Oh, this nigga's just getting started. What are you talking about?
Yeah. But
This is a culture now, bro.
yeah,
This is
it's
called cancel
impossible.
culture.
Yeah.
Look, this shit is this Me Too shit. I don't know if I said it before, but if you study the Inquisition, just to tie into where we are presently in the now, and how all of these eras and these epochs are interloping on each other. Why? Because it's the book ending.
Mm-hmm.
Chapters closing. This whole nigga everywhere, every timeline and everything is interwoven in now. So this shit is like a witch hunt almost.
Look,
And a
yeah,
witch hunt was like something that, you know, uh began and metamorphed into a 700-year torture, terroristic campaign called the Inquisition. It's just something that people need to pay attention to, because it's definitely moving in a direction that mimics a lot of things like that.
Right. Now we talking about book endings, right? Or let's talk about the whole bizarro aspect of what happens when timelines mesh. You know what I'm saying? Or the attention that people have been giving other individuals in the timeline starting from the top of the year until now. So you got R. Kelly, right? People put a lot of stock, a lot of energy, a lot of attention into this particular man's situation. You know what I mean? All the way, I'm not saying that they were the driving force for the indictment, but you seen shit go from bad to worse. You know what I mean? But he got somewhat of a reprieve the other day when Michael Avenatti,
Yeah.
The lawyer that has been counter to him, that has been supportive of a lot of the women in the case, he got charges thrown on him, right?
Yeah, he got locked up.
Right? Trump beat the cases, got his shit dismissed, collusion wise.
Yep, out of here.
Kashi 6ix9ine got his lawyer back shot. He just took a plea.
Yep.
You feel me? So, who we missing? Michael Jackson is about the only one that ain't get a reprieve yet. You know what I'm saying? But everybody else who has been the focal point of people's attention, whose shit look like it has hit rock bottom, you know what I'm saying? Has had some sort of glimmer in the darkness. There's still hope for them when you thought everything was all over. You know what I mean? And
you know what 2019 taught me?
What's that?
That you niggas better have a lawyer.
Oh yeah, you better.
Like lawyers make the world go round, B.
Lawyers make the world go round. Your lawyer gotta have a lawyer though.
Your lawyer gotta have a lawyer, but talk about it. Like lawyers make the world go round.
That shit started before 19 because that was with Trump. You know what I mean?
I mean it's always been there. But if no year has convinced me and shown me what I should be already knowing, you know what I'm talking about, is that legal representation, the ones who can speak the true language inside of a de jure government, the ones who could speak truth to this fiction. We're all playing in a fiction. It's not real. The ones who speak legalese, which are the lawyers, are the only ones that are really making shit move and change, because they're the only ones doing. They're the only ones really dealing in, in a language.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Juicy Smollett, right?
Oh, Josie, your man's in them.
Your man's in them, right? Your man's in them. Juicy, right?
So what did this show? What is we need Aquarius to talk about the whole aspect of lawyers, or whatever is governing lawyers, whatever is governing the court, the aspect of the Lady Justice, the court system, adjudication. Yeah. And this is the retrograde. This is the illest retrograde in a very long time. The floods in Africa, huh?
The illest retrograde. I think it allegedly ends today.
In Mexico, yeah. The spirit jumped out the jump off in Mexico.
The spiral, right? Spiral.
Yeah. Spiral. The planes came down in Ethiopia. Right?
The what?
The planes fell out the sky, nosedived in Ethiopia, the Boeing. You know what I'm talking about? The same one that nosedived, I believe it was in India. It's a lot of stuff that happened in this retrograde that was ill. Electronics were just look, Facebook and Instagram went down. This was a strong retrograde. Niggas got they box rocked a few times.
Oh nah. They was getting a box, they was getting their clock clean. They was getting their jock like that. Clock clean. You know what I'm saying? So retrograde. I seen on my time, they said 44 people had died in the flood in Iran. I thought that was the one that I was seeing on my timeline. The shit had Arabic writing on it, and I just seen people getting washed. I don't know where that was at though. Was that in Africa or was that in Iran?
I don't know.
I just seen water carrying whips away and people. Like it was real ugly.
Yeah, so you know, as everybody gets out of that shadow self, cut your teeth up, cut your shadow self. Make sure y'all go and check out KT, the Arch Degree, on YouTube and go into his Patreon and go look at that Us Decoded. That is a must. You know what I mean? That's must see TV. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
That's must see TV. But now that this retrograde is leaving us and shit is lining up and it's time to sign some contracts and put some dates out there and put a date on it and you know what I mean? And do some other things, I look forward to it. You know,
Oh yeah,
I
this shit.
definitely
I'm waiting. It got to be over though.
doppelgangers. Niggas was not talking about doppelgangers last week. This is an interesting world we live in. Shout out
It's
to Jordan Peele. You know what I mean? Twilight Zone is about to come out. I heard he's doing Candyman. Is that true? He's
oh
remaking Candyman.
I ain't hear that, but if
Yeah,
so,
that was the word. That was a
forward to it.
meme.
That was just I was not like I had a moment with Freddie. Chucky ain't do it. Michael Myers ain't do it. I had a moment with Freddie. It was a particular scene. But
Yeah, I had a
Candyman,
moment with Jason when I think it was Jason too, and dude got hit right in the nose bone with the knife. That shit
uh,
stuck with me. And then when
that
he
was
speared homie through the bed when he was with his girl humping, because I just felt that was
oh
that was the worst way to go out.
yeah, I
We
remember
went
that.
out the baddest way ever.
He went out the baddest way ever.
Yo, how you gonna go out in the midst of, you know what I mean? How you gonna get speared while you spearing something?
Yeah, spear on spear.
Spear
Pause.
on spear, B. That was
But yeah,
disrespectful.
Freddie had me for a moment, but Candyman, that shit had me shook. I would not go to Cabrini Green. You know what I'm saying? Hoover could have invited me. I'd have been like, you gotta come downstairs, son. Ain't not going in them buildings. And then we had grew up. They had a real life Candyman in in
Facts.
Benavir Projects, Bloody Mary in the basement. Whew.
Facts.
Come
Shit
on, son.
crazy.
Shit crazy. Real life shit. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
yeah, man, it's a lot going on in the world. You know what I mean?
Is
It's a lot going on.
is Empress 44 there in the chat?
Yeah,
She dropping the cash app.
yeah, I believe so.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
what's up.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
you
What?
said there's a lot of stuff going on in the world. Talk
Yeah.
black to me. What's going on?
Hmm?
Talk black to me. What's going on in the world?
I mean, like I said, bro, there's a confluence of things that are heading towards, you know, a epoch. You know what I mean? Just like
Yeah.
you're talking about that if one thing is coming to an ending, then what are we rolling into? We're rolling into the 5G rollout. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
don't care what kind of checks you get, and I don't care what sort of reprieve that you receive from people who have done you dirty. They're about to really, they're gonna do you filthy. You feel me? They're gonna do you in a way in which you have never anticipated. So let's already talk about the statistics that already exist. You feel me? Let's talk about where we're at on the tarmac, right?
Yeah.
As things exist. You feel me? As it pertains to melanated people, right? What are the What are our biggest indicators in terms of where are we losing the most people? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This health crisis that we are experiencing in this country, and we are losing the most people to cancer. You know what I mean? In particular, for melanated females, breast cancer,
Breast cancer.
okay, from 2008 to 2014, the statistics suggest that uh, 83% of breast cancer fatalities were attributed to black females,
Uh,
right? Lymphoma, right? Cancer in the lymphs, all right? Kidney and renal, 77%.
what's that?
Kidney,
Kidney?
yes, and
Kidney
renal,
cancer?
yes,
Oh, shit.
yes. All right, they're getting cancer in their kidneys as well, in the renal pelvis. Okay, um, esophagus cancer. Let me see what's the percentage on that. Oh, that's only 13. Rectum cancer, 66%. Colon and rectum, 58%.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Compared with, I don't even want to do the quote unquote white comparisons, but you know, it's 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 staggering. All right. Prostate cancer, that's for men, 71%. No, it's 97% in melanated men from '08 to '14.
97.
Yeah.
Men, go get your prostate checked out, especially if you're over 40. That's almost a must at this point.
Yeah. Thyroid cancer is big. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's the numbers for white folks are very staggering as well in some of these situations. But what they're talking about, what I overheard in our brother Wesley Muhammad's in his breakdown of it, he said that melanated women, right? He said that the doctors are at a point where they are almost able to come up with a cocktail or a cure. Now I don't want to say a cure, but white women are able to live with cancer, right? They have treatments for them, right? They have done all of the research. The majority of the money that they have raised into going for research has specifically been dealing with white females, right? The tissue species that come from them as test subjects. That's what they have been dealing with. Whereas they said melanated women, the cancer is more aggressive when dealing with them. And they have not allocated funds to do research into that sort of cancer that is attacking and ravishing the melanated body. Now,
Mm.
this is why, all right, there's a toxic assault on black women's health. I'm going to read the article. Okay.
Can you share it on the screen?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Thank you for reminding me. Give me 1 second, family. All right. Let me close this up. Toxic assault on black women's health. It's been a tough couple of months amidst the murder of black men by police in Baton Rouge and St. Paul and the equally horrifying acts of violence that took the lives of police. We ain't gonna get into that. Let's see. Stated in the document, we believe reproductive justice is the complete physical, mental, spiritual, political, economic, and social well being of women and girls, and will be achieved when women and girls have the economic, social, and political power and resources to make healthy decisions about our body, sexuality, and reproduction for ourselves, our families, and our communities in all areas of our lives. Included in this framework is the intersection with the environment, including the right for women to bear and raise children in an environment safe from toxic and chemical exposure at home, at work, or in the communities. With this in mind, it is easy to see just how critical our work is. That is, Black women's lives, including their health, have been overlooked for far too long. Black women bear a greater burden of chronic diseases that have been linked with exposure to toxic chemicals in the United States. For example, 90% of the individuals diagnosed with the autoimmune disease lupus are women. Lupus affects African American women at 3 times the rate of white women. African American women are also more likely to have premature births and infants with low birth rates, which are also linked to environmental contamination. According to the CDC, African American women are 34% more likely to die of breast cancer than white women. All right. And that shit does not matter what you call yourself, whether you're Moorish, black, colored, or whatever. Okay. And then they gonna argue with me to be like, brother, but how do you know? Because if they don't fill out black on their census, then they, nigga. In addition, people of color, including African Americans, now comprise a majority in neighborhoods with commercial hazardous waste facilities. 46% of housing units for the poor, predominantly occupied by people of color, sit within about a mile of factories that reported toxic emissions to the EPA. 21% of African Americans live in the immediate vicinity of hazardous chemical facilities in the US, despite making up only 12% of the population. That means that Black women and their families suffer higher than average rates of asthma, lead poisoning, exposure to contaminated water, pesticides, and mercury than their white counterparts. The toxic assault on Black women doesn't end there. It gets intimate as many products marketed to Black women, like skin lighteners, hair relaxers, and dyes, contain some of the most toxic chemicals on the market. For years, amazing organizations like Black Women for Wellness, New Voices Pittsburgh, and Sister Song have worked to document and raise up this problem and offer solutions. Getting even more intimate, a recent study looking at phthalates, a hormone disrupting chemical, and
Duchin.
Dushin found that Black women have 48% higher levels of phthalates than white women in their bodies. In a particularly egregious example of this attack on Black women's health, Johnson and Johnson intentionally marketed talc baby powder, baby powder to Black
Black
women,
man.
despite knowing since 1979 that talc could potentially cause cancer. Not just to Black women, niggas was taking 3 showers in the summer, getting talked up.
Getting talked down, wipe me down, then talk gets out,
Talk me
talk
down.
me down.
It's not a coincidence that a Black woman spends nearly twice as much on skincare products than a white woman, or that she douches at higher rates than her white counterpart. That is the result of a lifetime of subtle or sometimes blatant messages that have told her she is not beautiful enough, or clean enough, or worthy enough, or white enough, and the answer to her problems lie in the product. Now, what did we just say? Niggas would take what?
Mm,
3 showers,
mm-hmm,
right? And talcums themselves to death.
mm-hmm.
Facts or not facts?
Factory.
Where did they learn it from?
Hmm.
Okay. I also feel compelled to call out that while the media attention has been focused on the abuse of Black men, Black women have largely been left out of the conversation. July 13 marked the 1 year anniversary of the death of Sandra Bland, a 28-year-old Black woman arrested in Texas after a routine traffic stop, subsequently found hanged in a jail 3 days later. Hashtag say her name. Yeah, so these are some of the reasons why the cancer that is ravishing the bodies of melanated women is a little bit more aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Because it is coupled with the fact that, our sisters, for whatever reason, have been exposed to chemical contaminants by what they put in their hair what they're putting underneath their arms, and what they're putting on their private parts. You know what I'm saying?
And their face. Don't forget that.
In their face, creaming their entire body, putting petroleum on their body. That was a thing when we were growing up. They're putting petroleum on their skin. You know what I'm saying? Getting greased up. You know what that's about, right? Your skin can't breathe with petroleum on it. You know what petroleum is? Right? So we do some of the dumbest shit. And we are paying the cost, right? All of these statistics is off the chart. And this is before 5G. Right? And it's not gonna be a thing in our community. Like niggas don't want to have this conversation because you want to see a fucking hologram of a thotty pop up on your phone. Right? You want 5G. You want 5G more than anybody. And guess who they gonna market it to? The people who own the most smartphones. You want me to pull that trend up? You want me to pull that statistic up next to see who owns these smartphones? Urinary bladder, uteric cervix. I mean, it's just nonstop, right? But let me show you where we at. And again, shout out to Wesley Muhammad. Shout out to all of the research teams out there. RZA, all of them. Prostate, pancreas, right? Cancer's ravishing every part of the body at this particular time. Ovaries, oral cavity, lymphoma, right? Here you go. They go to trends. They go to numbers. They go to statistics. You feel me? This shit is upsetting. Let's get into this. Cardi. America's hitting HIV epidemic. Why do America's black, gay, and bisexual men have a higher HIV rate than any other country in the world? Now listen to this, y'all. Right? Do I want to get into that? Boom, boom, boom. Last year, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, using the first comprehensive national estimates of lifetime risk of HIV for several key populations, predicted that if current rates continue, 1 in 2 African American gay and bisexual men will be infected with the virus. That compares with a lifetime risk of 1 in 99 for all Americans and 1 in 11 for white gay and bisexual men. Now, hold on.
What the hell?
Now, we was talking, just like we was talking the other night, about grace and favor. God damn it. Right? And how does bad luck continuously find brown people, black and brown people, for whatever reason, right? Allegedly.
It's the curse.
Cardi, right? 1 in 99 for all Americans is the statistics of saying HIV is going to find your ass somewhere.
God damn.
Right? 1 in 99. Shit. 1 out of 11
nigga chances
when it comes to white. 1 out of 2 when it's black. God damn it. So my thing is this, right? Because pressure makes diamonds. So if there's a spirit on your ass like that, then the flip side means that your potentiality for greatness is that much greater, right? If your statistics is that profound, right? If the numbers is against you to that degree, then the person that escapes that shit, goddamn it, you got to be like, you feel me, formatted and retrofitted for any and everything. You ultimately will be the nigga that, you know what I'm saying? Man, listen. Shit.
Yo, let me read this part. Blue.
Go ahead.
Scroll it back up.
Where at?
Oh, to offer more perspective, Swaziland, a tiny African nation, has the world's highest rate of HIV at 28.8% of the population. If gay and bisexual ADOS men made up a country, its rate would surpass that of this impoverished African nation and all other nations.
The crisis is most acute in southern states, which hold 37% of the country's population, and as of 2014 accounted for 54% of all new HIV diagnoses. The South is also home to 21 of the 25 metropolitan areas with the highest HIV prevalence amongst gay and bisexual men. Jackson, the capital of Mississippi, the country's poorest state, is best known for blues, barbecue, and the help.
The hell?
It also has the nation's highest rate, 40% of gay and bisexual men living with HIV, followed by Columbia, South Carolina, El Paso, Augusta, Georgia, and Baton Rouge, Louisiana. In Jackson, a small city of just over 170,000, half a dozen black, gay, or bisexual men receive the shock of a diagnosis every month, and more than 3,600 people, the majority of them black men, live with the virus. The South also has the highest number of people living with HIV who don't know that they have been infected, which means they are not engaged in life-saving treatment and care and are at risk of infecting others. An unconscionable number of them are dying. In 2014, according to a new analysis from Duke University, 2,952 people in the Deep South, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Texas died with HIV as an underlying cause, with the highest death rates in Mississippi and Louisiana. Among black men in this region, the HIV-related death rate was 7 times as high as that of the United States population at large. God damn. Now look, this is in the Bible Belt, mind you, right? Stir Devant, born and raised in Metcalf, a tiny Mississippi Delta town of about 1,000, understands all too well the fear, stigma, and isolation that can come with being a black gay man in the South. Growing up, I was taught that God was not fixing to forgive a person who was homosexual, Stir Devant said. The Bible supposedly said you're going straight to hell. Automatically, there's no forgiveness. There were several times I thought about suicide. There were several times I wanted to get sick and die. Finally, my thought was, I just want to get out of here. He moved to Dallas and then to Memphis. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to read his whole story, though. But y'all can check this out for yourselves.
And that's in the New York Times.
It's in the New York Times. Right? So let me quick this stop share. Yeah. That shit was brutal.
Shit, real brutal, bro.
And there's more, you know. There's more. Yeah, like I don't, you know what I mean? I'm not even gonna get politically incorrect and start talking about other shit, but it's just like, you know, these lifestyles, right? While we talking about dot culture, rape culture, right? The convergence point of a lot of them is the other culture, you know what I mean, of individuals in our communities who are propped up, supported by the women in our community, but also protected by dominant society. They are like the only protected community in society. You don't believe me? Go say something on Twitter about somebody who fits into that categorization. Not the rape culture or the stripper culture or the thought culture, but the LBGD community, right? You can't say nothing about them, right? They're protected, like endangered species are, like how they protect white rhinos and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? You can't even go there. So, like, how could you even have a conscionable conversation with that at-risk group if you can't even get on a level to speak to them because they're gonna be like, oh, you targeting or shaming or this or that. You know what I'm saying? Like that lifestyle is literally killing the people off. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, literally.
Literally. And that story's not being told, right? They make that shit look very fanciful on TV and they feeding it to your children. And Lord knows what else that they doing, you know what I'm saying, on the backside of things to bolster the population of that particular said community. Let it
Fact.
be shit is, you know, chemicals or whatever they doing, or rape or whatever they doing. I have no fucking idea. You know what I mean? Because if it's that stigmatized in the South, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it a decision that people are engaging in, or just something automatic?
Mm-hmm.
So
Did you see the Atlanta child murders, the series?
I ain't get it yet. Nah.
Okay. Yeah, I got to get into that. I ain't see it myself.
So it's like, you know, remember they came out with statistics about Atlanta and people was going haywire and buck wild. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been in Atlanta long enough to know that this is a very risky community. Like the lights have gone down. There's some other shit going on outside that I can't even speak on. You know, the swinging shit, like the couple swapping. You know what I mean? Yo, it's like the happening. The shit is like, yeah, like
That happening.
yeah, some other shit going on out here. You know what I mean? The sexual urges that people get. I don't. You know what I mean? It's like I said, you can't even speak on it. I can't even let the wrong word slip, or they're gonna flag this motherfucking show. But if nothing else, you know, if you know somebody that's engaged in that particular lifestyle, then you know, take it upon yourself because you always protecting them from everything else, right? Take it upon yourself to be the one that at least brings to their attention the statistics that are not in their favor. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Speak to them about that shit. Speak to them about safety first. You know what I mean? And that's again, that shit sounds like an oxymoron. You know what I mean? But
I mean,
that's
it's
what it
real
is.
shit.
You know,
Yeah.
for
Like,
for the sisters, you know what I'm saying? Please take into account the insurmountable amounts of cancer that are being contracted. Like I said, they said it's an aggressive form of cancer that's attacking melanated women. The breast cancer shit is off the charts. You know what I'm saying? Thyroid cancer is crazy, but brain cancer is something that's coming to the forefront as well. And it's impacting people across racial lines and everything because that's directly attributed to cell phone radiation, of which all of the research and studies have been suppressed by the behemoth telecommunication industry in this country. You can only get the majority of this information from outside of the country, and it's all solidified, it's valid. And there's mad whistleblowers that are telling you, look, we did the research over here, we got shut down. You know what I'm saying? You can't get to this shit if you are if the only media, the only pool, the only lake that you're fishing from, the only pond that you're fishing from, if the only fucking pond that you're fishing from is US media, you're never gonna get the truth. Like how you just don't get this at this point. The same niggas who you sat in the passenger seat with for what was it, 2 years, and had the motherfucking take you on a joyride of a lifetime, talking about impeachment and all this other stupid shit with Trump. You know how
Two,
many hours they wasted of your life?
two. Million.
Huh? Knowing damn well, right? It made for good TV. That's what you in this ride for. Some shit that makes for good TV. So they was telling me, right? Matter of fact, shit, I should have did this research. They was telling me about I need y'all to hear the 60-minute episode that came out the other day about Pegasus, right? Okay, I'm gonna drop the link. Okay, Pegasus is the Israeli spy maker technology where they clone all of the phone calls, right? Ben told y'all this. There's no phone call that you have that has not been cloned or hacked, right? And when I'm saying cloning, they have devices to go into all of these telecommunication portals. Every call that you make is cloned, and they send it into, into a server, into a vault, and they keep the shit. Eric Snowden told y'all this.
Hmm.
Eric Snowden told y'all that everybody's phone call was tapped. You know what I'm saying? The Trump shit is bullshit. If they was looking for something, they'd have been found it.
Ben found it.
Been found it, right? If your name ain't Takashi, Treyway, and all that shit, like the feds ain't, you know what I mean? They ain't really checking for it. That's some bullshit. Don't fall for that. You fell for it though. Wasted a whole lot of time. Got your emotions worked into it. And now they're gonna work you over with this election cycle. And you're gonna get in your feelings. And they're gonna stroke up fear and all sorts of stuff again.
Mm-hmm.
And passion. You're gonna feel the candidates. You're gonna fall for the sales pitch. You dig what I'm saying?
Feel the burn.
Yeah, you're gonna feel the burn. All that bullshit. And nothing's gonna come out of it. Right? But there was something else that the Pegasus just jumped up in. Damn, what was Pegasus jumping? There was another storyline I just came across earlier that had the Pegasus in it. I be reading so much news. Yeah, there was something else in the timeline, and I found that very interesting. Um, but what else was going on with you? What else you want to talk about? Anything else? I gotta look for this story because it's something this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's what it was. Pegasus came up in a Captain Marvel movie where they
Mm.
was dealing with Pegasus with the Tesseract. That whole movie was about the Tesseract. You feel me?
Yeah, I gotta see that. I didn't catch
Yeah.
Captain Marvel yet.
Yeah, Pegasus on that Marvel movie. I gotta check that out. Where's Red? Red is right here. You see the black screen that says Phil Marlin? Yeah, that's Red. He's right there. You know what I mean? But yeah, check that out. Check the Pegasus out on the 60 minutes. You know what I mean? Get that information about that Israeli company. Israel always go to war with Gaza during the beginning of spring. Facts. So you're gonna see a heightened conflict. They're already shooting missiles and shit like that. They never miss an opportunity at the beginning of spring to bang on each other.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the US went in Iraq. What was it, March 19th?
Oh, three.
Yeah, nobody talks about that no more. You don't hear no more anniversaries coming around on TV. Oh, it's been such and such years since Iraq. They just swept that under the rug. And they said that the Russia collusion was the new WMD. I feel for y'all. If only you would listen though, we would be so much further. Cause I give you nothing but cloth. And what do? You wipe your ass with it. Cause you want to be entertained. I get it. I get it. Why is the Scorpio considered the dragon in the constellation? Draco. Yeah. So what's up?
Not much.
Come on, talk to me. Come on, let me just thumbs up, y'all. We got a bunch of people in the chat. It's
Shout
not
out to
enough
the
likes
chat.
on the
I didn't
video,
even get to
right?
do my roll call.
Yeah, I be learning. I'm a slow learner, y'all, but I be looking at other people's. They be like thumbs up in the chat. Come on, we gotta like this video. Thumbs up. Where's my thumbs up, gang? I haven't been catching American Gods. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, I've been kind of late. I don't know if Red want to touch on that.
Yeah, I caught the first
Okay.
episode.
I saw all right. I saw the Buck Breaking trailer. We could talk about that after he speaks on American Gods.
Yeah, that second season is looking like, they're gonna be diving into the war between the old gods and the new gods. The first episode, that was real good in terms of the information that they were sharing and laying out just laying out the storyline about the fact that the old gods, the gods who were once prayed to, the gods who had once dominion over the minds and the hearts of the people, have been losing power. They've losing grace,
Grace and
favor.
favor, right?
You understand? The grace and favor is leaving the old gods and is going to the new gods. And the new gods would be the internet. The new gods would be the World Wide Web. The new gods would
Facts.
be media. You understand? These are being worshipped, technology, worship, and held to high standards. You feel me? By people who, see them as the Almighty. You know what I mean? That's God to them. Stephen Jobs, my nigga. The Jobs cloud. That's God. You know. So they was also uh giving light to Anansi, who's Orlando Bloom's
Legend.
character, and
Right.
also his sister. What's her?
Oh,
I'm forgetting her goddess name, but
Tatiana.
she's the seductress. Hmm?
Tatiana.
She's like she's Queen
She's a
Tatiana.
goddess. Yeah.
Yeah, she's the goddess.
A
You
goddess
know
or
what I
goddess.
mean?
She's
The
goddess.
whole universe and her yoniverse. She's swallowing whole bodies. Yeah, body. She shows you a real life body count, but it's cool. You know, it's rolling out. The episodes are rolling out. You
Yeah, I'm
know,
gonna check it. I'm gonna
we'll break
binge.
it down. Hmm?
I'm gonna binge. I'm gonna binge. But family, if you are in Atlanta this weekend, I'm gonna be at Wadada Juice Bar, 878 Ralph David Abernathy. I'm back in the building with that Cosmic Kale. That's why I got the purple on today. It's Jupiter Day as well, but I got that purple on because we're gonna have that purple kale back in the building. If your kale ain't cosmic, you just need to stop it. All right, we're gonna have that cosmic kale, Paulie's pumpkin pie, Seven Heaven sea moss. You dig what I'm saying? And I might throw something additional on my menu. And in about 2 or 3 weeks, I'm gonna have infused menus as well. So we're gonna have a whole display where everything is CBD and hemped out.
What's up with the Smoke and Grow Rich tour?
You said what about it?
Yeah,
Yeah, shout out to my brother
that
Tyreek
they
Bay,
still on.
Destiny Grind. Yeah, Smoke and Grow Rich Tour is still on. All right, go to the website, sign up. You know what I mean? Inquire family. You want to know about what's going on with the legalization of hemp in this country, as well as some people might want to play in the cannabis market. The employment rate for cannabis, for the cannabis industry grew 44% in 2018. You know what I'm saying? That's not a coincidence. All right. A week from now will be April 4th. It's gonna be uh I might do something on the channel. I might do something. I'm gonna do something special. I just don't know what. You know, I might throw one of the lectures out there for the Law 44, or I might do something live. I might take over third out third. Yeah, I'm getting my feet wet tonight. He don't understand I'm plotting. But yeah, third out Thursday, it might be a blue pill takeover next week. You like how I played that, right? Let this nigga know. Um, but yeah, till that nigga get untethered, go back underground. All right, and we gonna do this motherfucking third eye Thursday next week. You dig what I'm saying? 11/11. When did this show? This show started at 11/11. Yo, Jordan Peele, son. If I get your computer and I Google search that shit and know the ledge pop up
Yeah, I need that check.
with one of them, on Google, if you looked at the shit, what is it, orange and not red? I mean, and not blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, if your shit pop up orange, my dude, I'm gonna need that check. I'm gonna need you to run that check. You know what I'm saying? Because he took a lot of KTL tropes and ran with that shit for that movie. You know, he spun the whole twin thing, 1144. I mean, that's all Law 44, so I'm not hating. It's just helping me build my narrative. You dig what I'm saying?
So you saw the buck breaking the trailer?
Yeah. Islam to my brother Sharif Bey. It's been a while, man. I gotta get you on this program. Gotta get you in the building.
Yeah, Islam
Yes.
Sharif.
Tariq Bey put a once again, he was reluctant to go ahead with even sharing the trailer, let alone fleshing out the rest of the documentary, because he said that he was going to get backlash, if he was to touch on that topic, you know what I'm saying, a buck breaking and the trajectory, if he was to draw a family tree and trace some of the things that we might see today from the buck breaking that took place on the buck breaking farms, right?
Mm-hmm.
Quote unquote, back in the day. Baltimore is one of the prime places for that. You know what I'm saying? So he had like a minute and change trailer, and it was very good in Tyreek Nasheed fashion. You know what
Ed
I'm saying?
Buck was prominently featured in the trailer as well.
Yes, yes, yes.
Like, yeah, it was a
Yeah,
double entendre.
Buck in
Buck
there,
breaking with Ed Buck,
right?
co-starring Ed Buck.
Yeah, Sharif said he's gonna be in Sunday. He's gonna be in Brooklyn this Sunday. More than likely, I'm guessing at the class.
Okay.
The brothers Temple 13, I believe. Shout out to them.
Yeah, salute to them. I'll let him know if I can pull up. I'm definitely salute to the brother because we had the conversation about, somebody going ahead and documenting the egregious behaviors of these, deviants and giving them a name and, just giving them a story, a backstory, you know, and the importance of that.
Okay, are you talking about Tariq Nasheed per se?
Yeah,
Or you
yeah.
talking about the
What I'm saying
documentary?
is I'm
Okay.
glad that the brother went ahead and did that.
Yes, yes. He's attempting. I guess he's feeling. He's feeling the water out. You know what I'm saying, and seeing what's permissible and what's not. How hard it pause they're gonna come for him. Pause. But yeah, he's at least started the conversation. By throwing the trailer out. And it's a conversation that needs to be had. You know what I mean? And whoever is going to be in their feelings, they just need to momentarily take a seat. Oh, and again, he's bringing the elder back. You know what I'm saying? It was overdubbed by Dr. Francis Cress Wilson. You know what I'm saying? And you know, they don't like her. You dig what I'm saying? They be taking pot shots to this day. So
Mm-hmm.
hopefully, yeah, you know, he takes the opportunity to do what needs to be done and represent her, you know, in a way in which her prophecies, because that's what they are at this particular point, get to see the day of light. You know what I mean? And she gets to speak to the science. Like I said, you already know the backlash is gonna come. They're gonna be in their feelings. They are protected group in this society. You know what I'm saying? They got fences and gates condoned. They got a wall built around them.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And you can't even speak about things that are openly part of the collective quote unquote history without seemingly offending someone who you wasn't even throwing rocks at. They just yelping for no reason. So yeah, he needs to come forth with that. You know what I mean? He needs to come forth. Yeah, media has never spoken on her positively. You know what I'm saying? She gets attacked from dominant culture and she gets attacked from these subsets, these subgroups in
Who's
our
that?
society. Dr. Francis Cress
Oh,
Welsing,
yeah, of course.
the elder,
The elder, the ancestor.
the esteemed ancestor, yes, the author of the ISIS papers.
Yeah, they got to put some respect on her name.
You got to put some respect on her name.
Yeah, that's going to have
So,
to happen.
um, yeah, the brother is utilizing, you know, some overdubs by her to drive his point home. But it looks like it would be a very compelling documentary, a conversation starter, you know, something that's gonna turn the fucking water cooler into hot tea. Yeah, you know, our name's love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Niggas love that hot tea. So
But look, we reaching that time. You know what I mean? I definitely got to start getting myself ready for my journeys tomorrow. All right.
your journeys with you climbing the
Nah,
Himalayas or
nah,
something?
nah.
Like what you talking about?
I'm making moves. I
Making
got things to
moves.
do. So,
Okay.
yeah, I'm
That
going to have to
Tuesday
call it a
episode
night.
it inspired you just like it inspired me.
Of course.
Indeed. So the brother, he's gonna act on his inspiration. He's gonna get to it, you know. But yeah, I want to leave it on a high note, man. So you know what I'm saying. Once again, family, peace, love, and light. And the reading of these statistics is no way to create a forbearing on your mind because you know you're resting now. You're taking your thoughts into this the subconscious realm where reality is really formulated and put together. You know, I want you to lay down with the highest insight, you know what I'm saying? And just to know that with all of these prolonged attacks and all of these traps that have been set for you, you know what I'm saying? You are amongst the greatest of us who have, you know, seemingly been able to avoid these traps. So pat yourself on the back, you know what I'm saying? Go and kiss the babies, you know what I'm saying? Hug yourself, you know, remind yourself that you do have what it takes. You know what I'm saying? You are the one, you are amongst the winners. You're amongst the winner circle, you know. And if you might happen to be hampered somewhat, you know, by a little trap, you know what I mean? They might have snagged your leg or something, know that the pack has not left you. You know what I'm saying? There's still you can still catch up. You know what I'm saying? And the protection is always gonna come from within. So find your pack, catch up to your pack, you know what I'm saying? And allow that I think I was given a story on the last episode about what KRS One was breaking down initially what the meaning of hip hop was about. And what he was really wanting to drive home was just the ability when you seemingly have nothing else, right? When you don't have the material wealth, you don't have the trappings, you know what I mean? What you do have, just one of the most powerful things is appreciation. You know what I'm saying? Your appreciation factor to tell somebody else that you love them, to tell somebody else it's gonna be all right, to tell somebody else, yo, the bars was fire. You know what I'm saying? And they might not have been all the way fire. You dig what I'm saying? But Jay-Z just signed Lil Uzi, nigga, said there's a future for you too. So, you know, find somebody else or find somebody around you that can pour into you. You know what I'm saying? That can lend you some gratitude. You feel me? Find your grace and favor. You dig what I'm saying? And work that shit, you know? So I'm gonna let the brother leave y'all with some words.
Love and light. You know, man. You know, everybody know what they need to do. Go and do it. You know, just
All
handle
right.
your business.
Yeah. So let's get them thumbs up, y'all. It's a few y'all in the building, you know what I mean? More so than we see them thumbs up. So, don't jump out of the building without hitting the like. It's free. You know what I'm saying? Share this one for me like you got shares in the company. So when this is over, you can share it, you can download it, do what y'all need to do. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, hit notifications so you can get that alert. I want to come back tomorrow with our brother Riza Islam and do an episode on vaccines and what have you. But if I don't get that done on Friday, there'll be another day that I get it done because I gotta prepare for this weekend. I'll be vending. All
Me
right.
and Casey did it tonight with Rich.
That's
So go
cool.
check out
That's
Black
cool.
Magic
Yeah.
363.
We need to cover all bases though and get the word out. So $ Blue Pillar 44, that's the Cash App. Red, what's your Cash App? $
Phil
Phil
T.
Marlin.
Moreland.
Phil T. Marlin. Okay. Phil T.
No,
Marlin.
no, no, my bad. Phil Moreland, pardon me.
Okay. $Phil Marlin.
Yeah.
It's the brother's Cash App. You dig what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all. Peace, love, and light. Keep it tight, family. All
Yeah.
right. See you next episode. Peace.